What is up, everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we will be reacting to the top 5 best and worst drivers so far in F1. This video has come out like 3 days ago. What date is it today? It's the 11th of June today. I don't know when this video is going to go out. So this video came out on like the 8th of June. But so because it's come out recently, I'll probably try and get it out as soon as possible. So hopefully it's not too late. But I'm excited to get into this one. When I do F1 reaction videos, I can sit there and give my potential controversial opinions for you guys to fight me in the comments. So I'm looking forward to this. But before we get into it, make sure you subscribe. We are quite close to 2K now. I think we're like 200 and something, 250 subscribers off of it. So if you're someone that watches my videos and doesn't subscribe, hit the bell. It takes 2 seconds. I hopefully want to hit 2K by the end of June. So if you hit the subscribe button, that would mean the absolute world to me. And if you wanted to become a member on this channel and receive exclusive perks, you can also do that by hitting the join button down below. I have an announcement. I did make a post on YouTube about it, but I now have a Patreon. So if people wanted to show like extra support and stuff over there, I will be posting like my full Twitch live streams. So once I've done a stream, I'll upload it into Patreon and you can access it there. Because you won't be able to access it from my Twitch. It won't be on there. I'm going to do like early access to videos over there as well. And like top priority suggestions I'm probably going to do, like polls and stuff. So if you're someone that would like to show that extra support, then my Patreon is linked in my YouTube bio and it's in the description below. So if you wanted to do that, it would mean the absolute world to me. It means that I can carry on making videos like this for you. Anyway, that's the waffle over. Let's just get into the video. I feel like he might put Danny Rick in like potentially worse drivers, and I might actually cry if he does that.
With 8 races done, we are now a third of the way through the 2024 season, and I thought it would be a good...
God, are we already a third of the way through? Me saying that, but we're literally only like 4 or 5 races away from the summer break, so that's crazy that we're already that close to the summer break. I feel like we just started the season.
First up, I have got
Right,
Lance
I might
Stroll.
have different opinions.
Now, to be honest, this 5th spot was a bit of a toss-up between either Lance or Checo, especially after the last 3 races, which have seen Checo...
Okay, I can agree with that. I was going to say, I hope that Perez is in the top 5 worst.
having contributed just 25% of the team's total points. The fact that Fernando
25%.
himself is also going through a bit of a rough patch over the
That's
last
only a
3
quarter.
races, I think makes Lance look like he's driving better than he actually is. In reality, even if
Yeah, I think Aston Martin in general are just struggling again.
same caliber as the drivers that Aston Martin want for him to compete with. When it comes to Ricciardo, the biggest reason why
I knew he was going to put Danny Rick in there.
expectations. The narrative that I was hearing from fans in the media coming into the year was that Yuki was almost going to be a non-factor for Ricciardo at RB, and that his entire season was going to be about him getting into that Red Bull for 2025. Given that Red Bull have committed...
Yeah, I don't know why they've done that. Why have they signed Perez again?
Daniel has only outqualified and finished ahead of Yuki once so far this year.
Actually, we just had Canada and he finished in front of Yuki, so you need to redo that stat. Thank you very much.
Top 10 to score points, whereas Yuki has already done so 5 times this season. Or when you compare
This is when it gets controversial for me, right? Because I understand that he's not doing the best, but I wouldn't say he's doing the worst. And I don't agree with the fact that people are hating on him. Like, I'd like to see you in an F1 car, you know what I mean? It's just, there's no need to hate on a driver. I don't get it. It pisses me off. Not just because he's my favourite. Like, I would say that about any of the drivers. As much as I might have strong opinions about Perez and Stroll, I wouldn't actively and openly hate on them. Just say that, you know, their performance isn't the greatest. Not hate them as a person. And I feel like quite a few people are doing that to Danny recently, and it's not very nice.
It's impossible to succeed. Having said that,
He's put Joe in the top 5 worst.
and was massively unlucky not to
Trying to think about the grid.
As nothing went wrong for any of the top
Actually, that's kind of fair.
Since then, he has been comprehensively outperformed by
Oh yeah, because Bottas is his teammate, it doesn't leave much room for Joe to shine. That's the way I'm going to put it there.
Formula 1. And now, I have already made...
Kevin Magnussen! Sorry, did we see Magnussen's performance at the beginning of the Canadian Grand Prix on those wet tyres? He was doing a Max Verstappen going up the grid.
What the Haas has been capable of. He has directly been involved in multiple crashes.
But he has been involved, like you said there, in multiple crashes.
2 penalty points away from getting a race ban.
Yeah, and
Unlike
the race
Joe,
ban as well.
Example, K-Mag is a veteran of Formula 1. He made his debut over a decade ago.
I feel like they might put... Because Nico's going to Sauber and then he's going to Audi. He's already signed. I don't know whether Haas will keep Kevin Magnussen. I feel like they're going to put Ollie Behrman in Haas. I won't be mad about that. Him and Paul Aron are my favourites in F2, so...
Albon is still dominating him in every department, and their average qualifying gap is the second largest on the grid.
That's actually fair. I'm not surprised. I'm actually not surprised that his top 5 worst, because I feel like that would be kind of similar to mine.
Up, I have Yuki Tsunoda.
Okay.
Now, everything that I said about Daniel Ricciardo basically applies to Yuki, but in reverse.
Me not listening, I'm like, I agree that his performance is really good this season, but I don't think I'd put him in top 5 best drivers on the grid.
Ricciardo would be leading the midfield in the championship.
But this is the thing, right? They're all talking about who they'll eventually put in Red Bull after Perez. But I don't see Yuki going to Red Bull. I just can't see it happening. Maybe that's just me. Not because he's bad. It's got nothing to do with Yuki. I just don't see it. Like, I feel like Red Bull just might do what Red Bull do and just cause a bit of chaos. You know what I mean? Like, I think maybe it's just because Yuki's been on the grid for quite some time as well that I have gotten used to seeing him in, like, AlphaTauri. That I can't now. It's like when Lewis said he was moving to Ferrari. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, that's not going to happen. Are you kidding? Because he's been at Mercedes for so long. So it's got nothing to do with his performance itself. I just can't see it in the future. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense.
Has been slightly unlucky at times this season.
Lando Norris, yes, I was going to put him in top 5 as well.
Their average qualifying gap, which is the closest on the
got
grid,
his first
is more indicative
race win.
of how close and how competitive this driver line.
And he's been on the podium like almost every race.
Surgery, hence the
Signs. Okay, I'm happy with that one as well.
But he also came into this season
Bro got his appendix removed and then won a race. Like, what?
Because he is literally driving for his career.
He is driving for his career. Don't remind me. Actually, I was doing just fine until you mentioned that.
Behind Max Verstappen in the championship.
Charles Leclerc.
And if you offered me that after the first couple of races, I would have bit your hand off. I mentioned earlier that Sainz has finished every single race in the top 5. Well, Leclerc is currently the only driver on the grid to finish every single race in the top 4.
Actually, that's not true anymore because they both DNF'd in Canada. I'm crying.
It's evidence for how good all of those driver lineups are. Over the past...
Yeah, the top teams do have some good driver lineups. Apart from Red Bull. Max is good.
breaking the Monaco curse, I think, was really significant, and I think even though
Yeah, he
Ferrari
did
still
break the
isn't
Monaco
consistent
curse.
enough to challenge the Red Bull on every circuit,
And Piastri got
Leclerc
his first
to me
podium
has
there as
more
well,
than
so
proved that he has the ability to go
I know he's not
toe-to-toe
in
with
this top
Max
5, but
and challenge him for the championship if Ferrari can continue to win races consistently. And it was Max Verstappen who made the difference and won Red Bull the race on a weekend where they were definitely vulnerable.
this is when it makes me think that, like, is it Red Bull that is the reason why they're at the front? Because Perez can't seem to do it. So it's definitely more driver's side now. Maybe last year it was like 50-50 for Red Bull and Max. But this year I think it's more Max than the Red Bull. Well, to be fair, I'd have to agree on most of that video. Maybe not Yuki in the top 5. I don't know if I'd say that. And Danny in the bottom. I don't think I'd say that. I probably would have put, like, Ocon in the bottom. Just because of some of the things that have happened this season and him continually crashing into his teammate. I mean, I know that Alpine as a team themselves aren't doing great this season. Like, they're struggling to get into points. But I think I would probably put Ocon in the bottom. Last space in the top 5, I don't really know. I was trying to think about it. Because I was like, well, if I wouldn't put Yuki up there, who else would I put up there? You know what? I was probably going to say... Actually, no. That was probably going to be really controversial for some people. I was about to say Alex Albon. Just because he's, like, in a Williams, his performance is insane. And especially after Canada, if anyone saw the overtake that he did in between the two cars, that was absolutely beautiful. And I think the reason why he hasn't had so much luck is because of Williams themselves, not down to him as a driver. So yeah, I'd maybe put him up there. Or maybe Piastri, I don't know. Because I feel like that applies the same to Piastri. He hasn't had so much luck. And I think he's just been involved in some unlucky racing incidents. So probably one of those two I'd put in the top 5 if I wasn't going to put Yuki up there. But other than that, I agreed with everything else in the video. That video is going to take me forever to edit because I don't think there's going to be one bit of the video that I wasn't talking over there. This is what I'm saying. When I watch an F1 video, I can just sit there and just ramble on. It gives me just 20 minutes free time to just ramble on about F1. But I did really enjoy that video. It's the first video I've watched from that channel and I really enjoyed it. So probably going to react to a couple more videos from this channel. So with that being said, if you have any other videos that you'd like me to react to, drop them in the comments. I am working my way through everybody's suggestions at the moment. I am trying to react to movies at the moment, but I'm just like, I've edited a few and they're sat in drafts on YouTube, but I'm trying to clear the copyright thing at the moment, so just bear with me. I haven't forgotten about the movies. They are coming up, but I'm just waiting for just having to dispute the copyright claims and stuff, so you just have to bear with me on that one. But in the meantime, I did react to Talladega Nights, which you can have a look at. And if you did want to check out any of my other socials, they are all linked down below. My Patreon is now linked down below as well, so you can have a look at that if you wanted to. And if you wanted to become a member on this channel and receive exclusive perks, then you can also do that by hitting the join button down below. But I hope you enjoyed today's reaction, and I will catch you next time for the next one. Bye!